Hi, and welcome to this edition of BCPS News. I'm Mary Beth Marsden. On today's show, we'll check out students rallying together for a good cause, a princess promoting agriculture, and a teacher who has moved to the head of her class. All this and more, but first, let's check out what's trending. BCPS has been named for the 8th time as one of the nation's best communities for music education by the NAM Foundation. This year, 166 school districts and 10 individual schools were selected from across the nation. Baltimore County employs more music teachers than any other Maryland jurisdiction, and students can choose among extensive offerings, including courses in electronic music and world music, just to name a few. Recently, 40 volunteers who have contributed at least 1,000 hours of service to their community schools in the past 3 years were honored with an afternoon tea. Each were presented with a pin and certificate thanking them for a job well done. BCPS honors its longtime volunteers for the service and dedication they bring to improving the academic success of students. These volunteers assist teachers, staff, and administrators with tasks ranging from student tutoring to office assistance and much more. Nearly 500 pieces of artwork were on display at the Art is for Everyone countywide art exhibit at the Baltimore Museum of Art. The exhibit showcased artworks from each grade level in a range of media, including drawing, painting, sculpture, photography, and more. Artworks were chosen by the individual schools, with each being able to submit 2 pieces. The purpose of the exhibit is to highlight the sequential artistic development of students involved in the K-12 program. Stay with us. There's more to come.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
Welcome back. Touched by cancer 4 years ago, a Baltimore County high school is leading the fight against the disease. Let's take a look at what they're doing to make a difference.
On April 28th, Loch Raven High School held the 4th annual Relay for Life. The event's beginnings in 2009 were very personal to the school.
It started in honor of Jackie Lamp, our principal, who died of ovarian cancer. And that year we had 2 teachers diagnosed with cancer, Gail Schaefer and Lynn Jacobs, and a student, Trey Hayes, and we relayed for them.
The first event raised $46,000, making Loch Raven the #1 fundraising high school in the country. The past 2 years, the school raised $51,000 and $53,000 respectively.
It really hit us personally here at Loch Raven, and it's just absolutely an amazing event that all of our students joined together. There's not a club, there's not a sport, there's not any type of group here at Loch Raven that gathers more students together than Relay for Life, and they all come together for something that is much bigger than themselves.
That commitment by the students has caused Relay to take on a life of its own at Loch Raven.
I got into Relay for Life because Relay for Life is the thing to do at Loch Raven High School. Relay for Life is camaraderie within the entire school. It unites everyone, and I think it's really rare to see that in a high school anywhere.
In addition to the walking relay, the event at Loch Raven features games, crafts, and activities that help raise money.
One of the big things about it is that it's fun. Like, you wouldn't think that walking around track is fun, but all the little things we do, all the work we put in, like, we stayed here for hours and hours setting up this entire thing, and every second of it was fun. I mean, stressful at times, but it's so worth it.
They are just so dedicated to this, and you know, the same kids who you can't get to do their homework or run faster on the field are the kids who are out raising thousands and thousands of dollars every weekend on their free time, and it's just such a cool experience to be a part of.
And the students know they are making a difference.
It's just amazing to know that you're not only saving lives, but you're changing people's lives. You're giving people the hope to keep going, to keep moving on, and to continue their battle, because they can win, and with our help, they will win.
Although the final total has not yet been determined, this year's event once again raised over $50,000. Hey, did you know that Maryland has its very own princess? Only this princess's royal subjects are, believe it or not, cows. We'd like you to meet the 2012 Maryland Dairy Princess, and this BCPS student takes the job very seriously.
Once upon a time, there was a girl from Hereford High School who became a princess and was crowned the Maryland Dairy Princess. Renee Wilson spends the year living up to her royal duties as a spokeswoman for the dairy industry.
When I ran for Dairy Princess, I did not know exactly what a Dairy Princess did, honestly. They told me, we think you're a farm girl, you know what you're doing, go ahead and try out. So I tried out, and actually I had no idea. They asked me, what would I do as Maryland Dairy Princess? I said, I'd talk from the heart. I talk about a farmer's point of view and how good farmers are for the community.
Renee's family, friends, and teachers all knew that she was the perfect fit for the crown.
It's an honor. It's a responsibility for her and myself that she go out and promote dairy products and promote agriculture.
Renee is a wonderful student. She is a born leader. She can charm anybody with her personality, and she's hardworking. She's very dedicated to all her subjects, in particular agriculture.
Unlike most fairy tale princesses, this dairy royalty doesn't stay locked away in the castle. She travels around the state, spreading the word of the goodness of dairy.
Everybody's day is involved with the industry of agriculture. Because when I go to schools, I talk to students and I say, where does your food come from? And they tell me, oh, it comes from the store. So we need to teach people the milk is coming from an animal, the clothes they put on, that's coming from a lamb. That could be their wool. So people don't understand how important the tomato that's sitting on their pizza is. People don't understand how if you put a pizza together, you have the dough, which is a wheat. You have the cheese, which comes from the cow. People don't understand that, and that's the importance of agriculture.
Although her reign will come to an end in June, her memories as the Maryland Dairy Princess will live happily ever after.
Agriculture is Maryland's #1 industry, and Renee does an outstanding job promoting this valuable resource. Now, from the farm to the environment, students are taking to nature in a competitive way, and a mom sends an important message to students about drinking and driving. All this in our Around the County segment.
Students competed in the Envirothon Competition in hopes to be the one school to represent Baltimore County in the state competition.
Envirothon provides probably the best application I can think of for STEM activities. It's science, technology, engineering, math. It all happens here. So they may be measuring slopes, identifying trees, identifying animals, learning about habitat, macroinvertebrates and fish. Tremendous number of hands-on activities that really is the real-life extension of what they're learning in the classroom.
It's not residual, so yeah, it's either older or
The students used helpful instruments like the clinometer and other tools that even professionals in the field utilize.
The clinometers that they use those for the forestry when they measure the height of trees, and they also use the clinometers in the soils, measuring the different profiles.
Congratulations, Hereford High School, for being the winning Baltimore County team, and good luck as you advance to the state-level competition. For BCPS News, I'm Brianne Richburg.
The juniors and seniors at Overley High School received a hard dose of reality on the consequences of drunk driving. One mom, who lost her daughter, shares her little girl's story.
I love talking about my daughter. I love talking about the happy parts, but I know that in order to get this message out, I have to share the sad parts too. If I can save lives doing this, then I'll continue to do it until the last drunk driver's been arrested.
With prom season just around the corner, students need to be cautious.
They don't need to drink and drive to have fun, and that, consequences come with drinking and driving.
But did the kids at Overley High School get it?
I think they got it. I think that they'll take a second thought. I really thought that it made an impact on the students. It gave them a real view of what it's like, the effects of drunk driving, and to not ever do it again.
Did you know?
BCPS has so many amazing teachers in the school system. They help to provide a quality education that will enable all students to reach their maximum potential. Art teacher Angela Roundtree is one of them.
When you think of a middle school art class, most would envision this.
We need to fix that.
And using words such as. But Angela Roundtree, an art teacher at Ridgely Middle School, wants her students to acquire a complete art experience.
And she wanted to display that there are artists of color and different sexes.
Okay, who can add to that? I think that in order to hook kids into wanting to learn what we're teaching them, we need to make sure that they see themselves on the overhead projector, that they see themselves in the textbooks. And so I try as much as possible to take a look at the beginning of the year and see the cultures that are represented in my class.
She makes so many strong connections between her class and the students' other subject areas, which in turn helps them know the material even better.
She has a way of almost flipping the switch in someone's mind. She gets them to be from not understanding something to understanding something very well.
I wasn't really interested in art in elementary school, but she made me interested because she made a connection with me. And she just makes fun projects for us to do.
And one thing that makes Miss Roundtree special is that I have the least bit artistic ability, but she's really helped me develop, and she's patient with me, and that's what it takes to be a good art teacher.
These are just some of the many reasons why she was named Baltimore County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. So, was she surprised?
My initial reaction was shock. I couldn't believe it. It was very exciting, and it was really great to know that other people appreciate the things that I have worked so hard to incorporate into my lessons, and things that are meaningful to me.
Ms. Roundtree is a highly qualified art teacher, and not just that, but she has had a passion for all students, and she recently has become highly qualified in special education as well. And I can tell you that Ms. Roundtree is a wonderful representative for all the teachers in Baltimore County.
After taking one of her art classes, what does she want her students to walk away with?
I want all of my kids to leave my class with an appreciation for beauty, appreciation for the arts. I truly hope that when my kids are adults, they will have been inspired by my class to visit an art museum, to visit a gallery, to make a work of art to express themselves when they feel the need to.
Angela will also have the opportunity to compete for the Maryland State Teacher of the Year in the fall, and we wish her the best. That does it for this edition of BCPS News. If you have any story ideas, comments, or suggestions, contact us at edchannel@bcps.org and follow BCPS on Facebook and Twitter. Stay tuned. Coming up next is our Educated Parenting program. And as we leave you today, let's take another look at the Art is for Everyone exhibit at the BMA. Until next time, I'm Mary Beth Marsden. Thanks for watching.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Visit decidetodrive.org.